you as an actor within yourself have to know, no matter how many no's I get, this is something that I have to do. I believe in myself, and whether you make it or not, and you just keep going, you have to know that you know that you know that you know that you know that I'm born to do this.
There we go.
And never give up, because it can be that one audition that takes off for you.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hitting Your Mark, a show where I get to sit down with creative people who I believe are definitely hitting their mark. And my next guest today, she is an actress who has been in the game for over 25 years. And you can catch her in my latest short film, Our First Fight. This is none other than my new friend, Miss Lynne Davis. Thanks so much for being here, Miss Lynne.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my pleasure, my pleasure. Well, for today's episode, I would love to talk about the topic of staying the course. Again, you've told me that you've been in the game for quite some time now, so I feel like this would be a great conversation to have with you.
Yeah.
But I'd love to go back to the beginning, right? Like the genesis with you coming into this thing. So why did Lynne become an actor?
I became an actor because as a child, I was sharing with you earlier that my dad, my parents, when we lived in Mansfield, Louisiana, and my dad was an entertainer. He played the guitar and he sang, and we all grew up in church singing, and my mom sang in the choir and things like that. So I felt like talent kind of ran through our family, just with me.
Yeah, right. Oh, it just ran to you.
Me. I have 7 brothers and sisters, but just with me, I kind of took on that tag and just like, hey, I love it. And so I used to perform for my dad and my family in our front yard, Shirley Temple, you know, the Good Ship Lollipop, and Aretha Franklin and Gladys Knight songs. And it was just something that I really enjoyed doing. Yeah. And, you know, when you're like 6 years old, you don't really like think too big of it. You're just doing something, right?
Exactly.
And then in my bedroom, I used to always like have these like dolls that I would like perform like theater plays and things like that. So it was just something that I fell into that I loved.
I love it.
Yeah.
So then where did that translation happen, or that transition happen, to where it was just like a fun thing of like, you know, you being in your living room, like performing for your parents, and maybe when guests come over and stuff, to then you growing up and then you saying, all right, this is actually something that I want to pursue now and actually do?
Yeah, I think when you come from those type of roots, you know, when you're young, it's just something inside of you, know that it's unfinished work that you need to continue mastering or growing into. And I try so many times to like shake acting. Just, you know, it's in your bones where you can't like really like shed it. You know,
I get you 100%.
It'll wake you up sometimes in the middle of the night and say, hey, what are you doing with me? You know,
No, I love it.
I mean, seriously. Yeah. But then life goes on, and I got married. I raised my kids. I raised a husband. And, you know,
Did you raise the husband?
I raised the husband, literally.
All right.
And you just forget about those dreams that you had when you were young, or that one thing that kind of makes you who you are.
Exactly.
And I love playing characters. I love just feeding that energy into characters, and just knowing that there's no right or wrong to acting.
Never.
Because you kind of find it when you're in it. And I just love it. It just, every time I try to shake it, I can't. So.
Come on now. What was the first kind of like, I'd love to know, what was like the first moment for you when you really knew like this was your thing and like this was something that you was probably going to chase for a long time? I remember for me, it was when, you know, I first started, I kind of have a similar story of you of like, you know, from a very young age, like I've always like thrived in front of people, and I love to like be in front and to do like the church skits and like reading stories in class and everything like that. But where I finally really started to do it and like stop neglecting it was when I got to Santa Monica College, and I did this one play. And I remember it was like the last show. I go backstage and like I just felt it then. I was like, oh yeah, like this electric feeling inside of me, like this is what I want to do forever. Do you have like a moment like that that kind of happened to you too?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was in elementary school.
Oh wow.
And we did a play called Young, Gifted, and Black for Dr. Martin Luther King. It was actually one before he actually was assassinated, and we were always do these. My teacher, Mrs. Street, she loved acting and she loved theater, and so she made me the lead in this play called Young, Gifted, and Black, with the song too. And I remember just enjoying being in the moment of that play and being a lead in that play, and I was like, oh my God, I really love this. And I remember running home telling my mom, this is what I wanted to do. And my mom was like, oh, okay, whatever. Just as long as you get a job and pay rent and stuff like that. Back in the day, that's all they believed in.
Come on now.
And I think that, I know that was the moment that I felt like this is something I wanted to continue to do.
There you go.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about that there of like, you having that moment and then you sharing that with your parents or you sharing that with your mom. And your mom was like, okay, like whatever, Do you feel like your parents and your family, when you were doing it, like they were kind of like pushing you to your dreams, or were some of them kind of like you sure you should probably just go get a regular day job?
Yeah. I think during that time, my mom, she believed in all of us, her kids. But my dad was like, baby, you can do whatever you put your mind to do. He was that type of guy.
I love it.
And just when you share moments like that about acting, I remember mom telling me one time, she was like, I don't see that many black people on TV, so maybe you can get a breakthrough. I don't know. But she's like, long as you know that that's what you want to do, then go for it. But if it's not, don't be forced into it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's also that's very important, I feel like, for young actors or just any actor that's trying to get into this business. And I feel like you can speak to that too of like, I feel like if you come into this thing, it has to be something that like you really love and like you really know that you want to do. Because as you know, getting into it, actors, we're gonna hear no more times than we hear yes, right? Like those things that we really want, sometimes it's gonna go to somebody else, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like coming into it and doing this thing, you gotta really love it. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree, 100% and more. I mean, I'm one. I put out so much money in acting, just paying people to do reels, paying people to like up my game for like producing scenes and I've been on a lot of auditions and when you get those no's, you got to know, you as an actor within yourself have to know, no matter how many no's I get, this is something that I have to do. I believe in myself, and whether you make it or not, and you just keep going, you have to know that you know that you know that you know that you know that I'm born to do this.
There we go.
And never give up, because it can be that one audition that takes off for you.
Come on now, that changes everything, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, when you're in it and you're hearing those no's and stuff, again, you have to know that you know that you know that you know that this is a thing. And I think you always go back, right? I always go back to that time where I was at Santa Monica College, right? And I felt that gumption and that calling from God, I feel like in my heart that this was that thing. Yeah. And I'm sure even in your troubling moments, you go back to that little girl that was in that Young, Gifted, and Black play, right? And you remember that and you know that this is my thing that I'm gonna have to keep going, right? I guess we could talk more a little bit about rejection right now. I've been in this game for just a little bit and I've had my fair share of rejection. You've been in it longer, so I'm sure that you've had your fair share of it too. Has there been moments that you felt like that it was something that you really wanted and you didn't get and it kind of almost broke you a little bit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you exactly that moment. Yeah. I was in the wrong series with Vivica Fox. And the one that I did, The Wrong Stepfather. And I knew when I arrived on set, was already there for another role, kind of like a lead mother role, almost.
Okay.
And so it was between me and another girl. And I got the call from the producers or my agent actually at the time who told me, oh, hey, they want you to play the principal, which is at the very end of the show.
Okay.
Of the movie, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Is there a reason why? They was like, no, they just want to go another way. So when I get there, I just had, he sent me the script and I had to learn the lines, and which was not a lot, but it was enough.
Right.
And when I get there, the lady that played my part was white. So
the part that you were originally going to play.
Yeah.
Got you.
And the daughter was white. And it wasn't originally supposed to be that way.
Okay.
And so it was very disappointing for me because I thought that was going to be the role that was just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get some more jobs after this.
Come on now.
But yeah, I was at the end of that scene and end of that show. And I just took it and I did what I needed to do and I just left it there. I didn't let it bother me. As some people said, oh, no, you should say something, but you really can't say it. Like, what am I going to say?
What am I going to say? Like, oh, I deserve this?
I don't want to look like I'm ungrateful, but, it didn't set with me well, but I forgot it. I left it behind me. I learned those lines and I got on there and I did what I was supposed to do as the principal.
Come on now. There we go. Yeah. And I feel like that goes to the testament, right, of like, there are no such thing as small roles. They're just small actors, right? And I feel like you can have something that is quote unquote small, right? That is just like maybe a few lines in the show or a few lines in the play, but like you can make a choice in there and like you can be noticeable and you put your best foot forward. So I feel like that is something great that you did, and I feel like that's great advice for any actor that's trying to do the thing of like, just because you aren't the top billing or like the main character in the role, you can have a supporting role and still be great in that. Right?
Absolutely. If it's one line or one word,
come on now,
it's how you take it.
Yeah.
And run with it. So, yeah.
I feel like for me, having a great family that's with me here has definitely played a big role in me staying the course of my dreams, right? Like I have two great parents who believe in me and are the wind behind me, like pushing me. I've got a sister that's, partner with me in my dreams. What role has like family or even friends have played in you staying in the course?
I would say my sister and my mom. Because when there was times when I want to give up, I was like, oh, I should be so farther along than where I am right now.
Yeah.
And my mom would tell me, you just got to keep going. Or my sister was like, God got you, just keep going. But when you have those doubts in your mind, you have those people in your life that remind you can do anything, right? And right now, I have my son. We're both actors. He's 38 now, but he's been acting since he was 4 years old. Oh, wow. So he was like, Mom, you just got to make sure that this is something you really want to do and it's not becoming a hobby for you.
It's not becoming a hobby.
So he would tell me that, and I was like, it will make me think, because I'm always in class learning, like class. And he was like, Mom, are you just like in class just to be in class, but are you in class to take those tools and to make you better? So you just start thinking, but with him, my mom and my sister just reminding you that keep going, no matter how old you are. And I'm older now. And then I took a break, and you just have to have those people just remind yourself, actually.
Come on now,
you can have
yourselves.
those people, but you have to encourage yourself. Just like the Bible says, you got to encourage yourself.
Come on, that's what David did.
Right. You really have to encourage yourself to know that no matter what or how long it takes me, this is a dream that I have to accomplish. Wow. Or something that I have to do.
There we go. I love that. And I feel like me at this early stage of doing it, I've kind of like taken that same mindset as well of like, no matter what comes, no matter how long it takes to at least get to where I feel like I should get into my mind, I'm always gonna keep going. And I'm sure that like, it's hard sometimes, right? Where you keep getting those no's, you keep getting those rejections, but it's about just like keep pushing it, keep going forward. So it's definitely beautiful that you have that mindset. So is it easy for you to keep that mindset, or some days you're like, No,
now, I tell you, and I'm just going to be honest with you, and I shared with you earlier, right now I'm going through a divorce, and I've been married 39 years. So I'm going through this divorce, right? So when you go through trauma like that and mourning like that, a season that I question God all the time. I was like, why now? Like, why am I going through this now?
Yeah.
Like, and not to go off onto another subject, but it has a lot to do with who you are. And you have to get to the point, like knowing who you are, knowing who I serve, knowing that he's already ordered my steps, knowing that he knows the plans for my life, and knowing that there's nothing too hard for him or for me to do, long as I trust him, that no matter what I have in the back of my head, your talent that he has gifted me with,
there we go,
will never go away.
Wow.
Unless you want it to. Like, if you want that light to dim, it's going to be your choice, but God is not going to let you down. Wow. So there's nights I lay in bed and I'm just like dreaming like of roles, things that I can write for my own self. Because nowadays, that's what they're asking you to do, build your own dreams and write your own stories. And I'm like, you, out of all people, being white, has inspired me to do that because you woke something up in me.
Wow.
By just seeing you generate your own films. Like, oh my God, I can do the writing side
you
now.
Can.
I can flip the script. But I mean, acting, I love it. It's something I don't think I will ever, no matter how long it takes, that I will ever like walk out and say, forget it. And I did. I did. And that was
for a second.
Yeah, I did for a second. But then when I got back into it with you, I'm just like, I can breathe again.
Come on.
Yeah. It's okay to have a fresh start.
I love it.
And that's where I'm at.
Wow. So it seems like it's a fresh start in a lot of ways for you right now,
Yeah,
career-wise, like relationship-wise, but I love that your story is very courageous, right? And like you're very tenacious and how like, you've come across these roadblocks, but you've kept going and you know who you are, but not only do you know who you are, but you know who you serve.
Yeah,
and you know that he's put a purpose in you and it will come to pass.
Yeah. I feel now that it's this big weight has lifted off my shoulders and I'm light enough now to do the things that I want to do, that I've always dreamt of doing. And I can do it without someone in my ear telling me you can't do it or you're not putting me first. So, so now I have that freedom to go after what I want.
There we go. I love it. Yeah. So, boom, you just said it. Talk about those things that you're going after what you want. You just said that, maybe you're thinking about getting behind the scenes or like writing stuff for yourself, right? And I'm kind of proud and humbled that I've inspired you on that. So is that something that you kind of look to next of like maybe writing your own projects and stuff?
Absolutely.
Now?
And one of the questions I was going to ask you today was, what writing software are you using? Or do I just write it in notes or do I just do it in words?
That's hilarious.
I started putting like little sticky notes, like things I want to like showcase or say or, things like that. And I'll stick it on my refrigerator like, she went through this. And even right now, what I'm going through it's a amazing story that I could share that somebody else may need to,
there you go.
See or know that they can still move on.
Yeah. Somebody else might be inspired by that story that you put out. Funny enough, my last film, People, that I did last year, I remember it premiered, and literally right after, like somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, like, did you talk to one of my parents, something like that? Because that's like what you put in there, like that's literally what I'm going through right now, what I've talked about, Yeah. So I think that's always like encouragement for me to keep telling personal stories and keep telling, things out here because people, you never know who's out there watching that can be encouraged.
Yeah, well, that's what we do, right? We're the voices to the people who can't speak up.
So exactly.
That's what that's the mission we're on.
Come on now, that's the mission. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll answer your question now, what software it is that you use, but it's called Final Draft.
Oh, okay.
So Final Draft is like the software that like, screenwriters and like playwrights or whatever use. Like that's just like the industry standard.
Yeah.
But when I first started, like I was literally just like on Google Docs or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing there. Google Docs.
I just went on Google Docs because, Final Draft, you'd have to pay. Yeah, you have to pay for Final Draft. It's a one-time payment, so it's not like a subscription or anything like that.
Okay.
But because eventually I wanted to, and send it to people, I wanted to look, formatted and professional.
Yeah.
So like I went, on that route of like, I just might as well just like pay for Final Draft. But I think just starting out like writing like you can do it on
yeah.
Google Docs or whatever. I had a playwright on, actually. He was saying that, like, he wrote his first play like literally on the notes on his phone.
Yeah, that's what I started doing.
Yeah.
Like when I'm writing somewhere, I'll think about this. I'll like add it to my notes, or I add it to my voice memo. Remember this, and then I started using Google Docs, and I was like, oh, let me ask Ben what is the right thing to do.
That's funny. Come on, no, I love it. We are in the day and age now of self-care, right? Where like self-care is big, of like taking care of yourself and even mental health. Are you a person who feels like you prioritize self-care? And if so, like, what are those things that you do to kind of keep your mind sharp and keep you on the path?
Well, just recently, I started being in self-care.
Really?
Because I was always taking care of someone else or putting someone else before my own self-care.
Gotcha.
And now I'm learning to love Lynne. And by learning Lynne or knowing Lynne or who I am, is I sit down in the morning, and when I first wake up, I just tell God how grateful that I am that He woke me up and He's given me another day to see life. And I'll sit with myself for a moment, and I just sit there until I'm like soaking in His gratefulness, because I'm so grateful for waking up.
Yes, ma'am.
And the next thing I do, I'll get up and I'll go for a walk. It doesn't always have to be at the gym, but sometimes the gym can help relieve some of that stuff. So, I mean, I do have dumbbells myself that I can use at home, but a walk, just a 20-minute walk can like clear your mind of so much garbage where you're brain dumping and you're just seeing things in nature and things like that. And it's just that I think is important. Just getting out of your comfort zone and just taking a walk. I can't really say meditating because I don't do it, but I just sit with myself. A lot of people say meditate, but I haven't found that for me yet.
Gotcha.
I just sit with myself and I just like bask in the goodness of God. And I'm not trying to be religious or holy or anything like that, but that works for me.
Exactly.
But yeah, self-care, and I read a lot.
Okay.
I read a lot.
Like books?
I read books. First book I do, I'll get up and I'll do my scriptures first, and then I'll let that soak in, and then I'll like take a minute, 30 minutes, and then I'll go grab a book and I'll read that. But I think reading helps you with your imagination. It helps you with storytelling. It helps you like with freedom of getting out your everyday junk out of your head, and just like understanding what someone else is going through, understanding other people's stories, and understanding writing, period. It's just, it's just a way of being renewed, I should say.
There we go.
Yeah.
No, I love that. I definitely want to read more. What is maybe the last great book that you've read, or one great book that you're reading right now?
It's called, sorry if this is a Christian show, but it's called Un-F Yourself.
Okay, I have not heard of that.
It's so good.
Okay.
So good.
Yourself. Interesting.
And I didn't think it was, I picked it up from Barnes & Noble like last year, and I saw it on my shelf when I was moving, and I was like, oh, I never read this book. So it's the book that I've been throwing myself into. But yeah, it's a really good book. It basically tell you like what is, like asking you questions, like rechecking yourself, like what's wrong with you? Why haven't you accomplished what you say you were always want to do? What happened to your goals? It's not all about goals, but it's about knowing what you say you want to do and sticking to it.
Come on now. And I feel like that's definitely a big thing in this day and age, right? Of like knowing what it is, what you're gonna do. Yeah, you said it out loud, but now it's like it's actually time. It's actually time to do the thing.
Yeah, it's time to move on. Yeah, it's time to move, make things happen. And another thing for self-help, I don't listen to negativity. If you're gonna be negative around me, I'm out.
Wow.
Like I just can't. I'll cut you off. Because that's
Are you a cut off person? You cut somebody else?
I'll cut you off. I mean, you may not know it, but
you won't stop hearing from me.
You won't stop hearing from me for sure.
Wow.
I can't allow it in my spirit. I can't absorb it anymore, because my family is just like, it's always negativity. It's always people that's like talking negative, and I just don't share a lot of things about me to family members because people don't want you to grow, and they always want you to stay the same.
Wow, the same Lynne.
Yeah, and it's like you're not gonna understand the road that I'm on right now, so I'm not going to even share that with you because I know what you're going to say. Because it's always a what if with your family members. What if?
What if it don't work out? Yeah. What if you don't get the thing?
And I don't want to hear that.
Come on now.
So I don't share. I'm very cautious of who I will talk to or say. You come with me with negativity. I just can't. Wow. I can't do it.
Dang. So if you come at Lynne with any type of negativity, she's going to cut you off. So like,
I'll just walk away. I'm just like, excuse me for a second.
I got to go and never come back.
Yeah. No, I can't. Not during this time in my life. I just can't feed it.
Come on.
Let it filter in me. I can't.
Right. No, I love that. And I feel like that's really good. And I feel like I'm almost the same way of like, that's why I've never, people always tell me too, like, I just come out and do something. Like, oh, why don't you tell me about it? Why don't you do this? Because like, I feel like when you start telling people about it, you start to invite the opinions. And that opens the door for like the negativity or them to try to steer you away from it.
It would have been better if you did it this way. It's always a suggestion. But
always some suggestions, right? But like, what have you done, right? Yeah. What's your rap sheet? Can you share what you've done while you give me all these opinions?
Oh man, I get it.
Man, it's too much for people. So that's why I'm a very like private person. So like, I'll tell maybe like my sister, like, you know, somebody close to me, right? I'll tell them that thing, but like, I'm not gonna just like publicly say what I'm planning on doing, what I'm brainstorming about, because somebody's gonna try to tear that thing down.
Absolutely.
So if you want to stay the course, try to keep things to yourself for the most part, and then share it once it's actually done.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Lynne, you've been in the game for a long time, and again, we've talked about how, in this game, you deal with rejections and even negativity and stuff that we'll face. But over these 25 years, what do you think it is that has kept you going?
Oh, the one and only, and that is God.
Come on now.
I mean, I can't say acting teacher. I can't say me because without God in my life and having him first in everything I do and acknowledging him in all my ways, and sometimes it's not all the time, but it's important times. Mm-hmm. And I think that is the winning medal for my life because of the relationship that I have with him.
There we go. Come on now. All praise to the Most High.
Yeah.
That's who it is right there. I believe it. And I think, it'd be, selfish for us to say, oh, it was me and my work ethic. It was my grind. It was my hustle. But like, it's, a lot of times, if it was up to me, I would have gave up. I would have gave up and quit a long time ago. I would have chose to do something else.
Yeah.
But it was God that really pushed us through. And, he kept that fire burning within us.
Seriously.
Yeah. And he opens up those little doors, those little things that happens, right? Where, somebody new comes across you in your life. and that, that kind of burns another fire and keeps you going, right?
Exactly.
And we can't take credit for that, but it's God placing those people.
Yeah. I mean, I've had so much favor in the last few days, and one of the favors that I have to always acknowledge, and that was running into you. Wow. Like I told you before, are we in that segment that I can tell this story?
Oh, let's tell it.
I had just, I've been in class with this one teacher for like a little over 10 years.
Okay.
And I always felt in my gut it was time for me to move on. Like I'm not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
And he taught a lot on theater, which I love, but I felt I wasn't going back because he was, I was getting his mood and he would cancel class and we couldn't go there anymore. So I was like, oh no, I'm out of this. I can't deal with his moods anymore. Okay. So after that, it was almost a year, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to do acting no more. Lord, I'm just done. I'm just gonna go to work. I'm gonna work part-time, and I'm just gonna do what I just enjoy my life. Yeah. And the next thing I know, you hit me up on Instagram. I mean, this was like a few days after I said I was giving up.
Really?
And I got a ping from you on Instagram.
A DM. Mm-hmm.
A DM. Yeah. And I'm like, well, you got to teach the old people what it is. And I'm like, wait, what? He was like, hi, Lynn, I saw that you were following me, such and I want to know, I'm writing this play. I don't know if I'm beta, but he was like, you'll be perfect for this part. And I was like, who in the hell is this? I don't even know this dude. I'm like, am I being catfish right now?
That's hilarious.
And I was like, no, I'm not gonna reply, because I didn't reply for a minute, right?
You took a second. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you took a second.
And then I was walking, and I was like, Lord, is that real? I had to ask God. I was like, Lord, is this a real thing?
Wow.
Like, can you just give me a sign if it's real?
Mm-hmm.
And he did. You hit me up again. You was like, hey, I just need to know if you have an answer for me. And
checking in with you. You
know?
know?
And I was like, okay, Lord, all right, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see what this is all about and see what this young man is talking about. Like, I don't remember following him, Lord. I go, can you show me where I followed him? And I was like, let me stop being foolish.
You did.
Yeah. And just being in your project, I mean, literally, when I left your premiere that day, I went to my car and I just wept, because
Miss Lynne.
I'm so serious. I probably sat in that parking lot for like 35 minutes, and I just wept and I just worshiped God, because to see myself on a screen again, and with the project from you that you have put so much hard work in, and just the appreciation of being seen, that you saw me, didn't know what I could do. You saw me and you gave me another opportunity to show up for myself. And I just want to say thank you for that, because I really lost all my trust in me. And I lost the belief in myself that I can accomplish this again. Because of what I was going through in my own personal life. I just needed to be a part of the thing that I always dreamed about. And you gave me that opportunity. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lynne. That definitely warms my heart so much. And I'm almost speechless right now, you know, because that's literally what my dream and what my vision is for doing this thing, right? Yeah. It's not just to write myself into things to make me a star and to make me shine, but like I want to give other people a platform too, right? To give my friends, my family a platform, to give people like Miss Lynne, who have been doing this for a while, who have talent, who have a great thing within them, but you just need the platform. You just need the thing to showcase it, right? Yeah. So that's really what my dream is to do. So I'm grateful for you for sharing that with me. And I think that's just affirmation that this whole thing is God, like God is in it. And I know that it had to be God. You following me on Instagram, I'm telling you, I literally, the process of me even casting it, like, you know, I thought about certain people and I was like, oh, like she wouldn't be right, or oh, I don't want to do it with this person, oh, that won't be right. And I literally, you know, we were shooting it very soon and I just had no clue. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I went on a casting website, like nobody was submitting for it. I was just like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? And then boom, I was on Instagram. I'm telling you, you followed me. I don't know if it was an accident, however but you followed me. And I saw your headshot and I was like, that's it. Like, that's literally it right there. And so it has to be God. It's not happenstance. It's not chance. It isn't being lucky. Like, it's because we're literally loved by God to where this thing happened.
Yeah, it's crazy, because I'm like, you saw me, and that just, God used you to see me, because what I was going through and what I was just about giving up on, and you saw me, and that just like, oh my God, I'm back. You know, that fire is back.
Come on now.
And just seeing that, just like, whoa, girl, you have a gift, so like, hang in there.
Come on, keep doing it. And I feel like he'll always give you those moments of showing you, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, you talking before, it reminded me of that scripture, which is one of my favorite scriptures really, is that he that has begun a good work in you shall perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. That thing that is within you, that like that fire that we're talking about, like God didn't place it in you for no reason.
Yeah.
But like He's going to perform it. Like it's going to happen until the day of Jesus Christ. So no matter how long it takes, if it takes years, if it takes you getting into a movie and getting the small role, you getting looked over, you getting passed over, like God is going to bring it to pass.
Yeah,
right?
it.
So yeah, I believe that for you. I believe that for me, and for our viewers watching on today.
Versa, yeah.
I believe it. I believe that God is going to perform that gift that He's placed inside of all of us. Look, Lynne, the title of this show is Hitting Your Mark, right? And we all have different marks that we want to hit in life. We all have different goals and dreams for ourselves. But for you, Miss Lynne, what does hitting your mark look like?
Hitting my mark, I can't really say that, I wish to be on a, well, I can say I want to be a series regular. I want to be on my first film. I want to book my, first film. I want to book a movie, all that stuff. We all have those wishes and dreams, right? But hitting my mark for me is being consistent, not giving up.
Yes, ma'am.
And trying new things. Like I said, writing. I think you just never know if that's another area of a gift that you have. So I'm going to do that, write something small. But hitting your mark, I feel the definition of the question that you're asking is know what you want.
There we go.
It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be small. It's just hitting your mark means knowing what you want. And what are you going to do to accomplish it?
There we go.
And just stay on the course.
Come on now. There we go. That's a masterclass right there. Hitting your mark is knowing what it is that you want. And then you said...
Stay on the course.
Stay on the course. Well, no. Knowing what it is that you want, knowing the things to do to accomplish it.
Yes.
And staying in the course.
Yeah.
And there we go. And I feel like you are definitely going to do those things, Miss Lynne. And I pray that I do those things and the people watching do those things as well to continue to hit our marks. Look, this has been a beautiful conversation. I was super inspired by it. And I pray that our viewers were inspired as well. And if you were, feel free to like this video and also comment something down below. Comment something that you got from this conversation. And then feel free to subscribe to the channel so you can stay connected with us and see future episodes that we have coming up. Thanks so much to Miss Lynne for being on the platform with me. Any final words, any final encouragement that you want to give?
Yeah, I want to give to you. Keep going. Don't give up. You're on the right track.
Wow.
And just from being a young man that have such a huge vision for yourself, just don't let anyone dim your light. Just keep going.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I believe it. Thank you so much, Miss Lynne. You warm my heart. I appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Thanks for having me.